like we did yesterday. And we did things like, what if it's 4n squared minus 81? Or n squared. What do you get, Sam? 2n and 2n for that part, right? And what about for the 81? 9. 9 and 9. How about the signs? Has to be a positive and a negative for all of these, right? And that's what we did yesterday. Well, today we're going to do something similar. Two parts. Part 1 and the directions to that say write as a trinomial. What the heck does that mean? Well, what does it mean to square something? What is square? What does this mean? What does x squared mean? It means x times x, doesn't it? It means x times x. Is that what that means? So square means multiply it by itself. Excuse me? Is this due? When? Well, you can work on it during work time. How about that? Thank you. So square means multiply by itself. Really, this x plus 5 squared means take x plus 5, take this thing, and multiply it by itself. Once you write it like that, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what to do, don't you? That multiplying it out that we've been doing for a few days. So you just start here. What do you get? X squared plus 5x. Then you move over and do another 5x and plus 25. And if you simplify this, what do you get right there? X squared plus 10x plus 25. That's your answer. Really, that's all you're doing is multiplying like we've been doing the last couple of days. But what I want you to look at this thing, and then look at this thing. I want you to do another one and see if you notice any patterns. How about, let's simplify n plus 3 squared. Well, n plus 3 squared means to do n plus 3 times itself, right? Like that? Is that what it means? And we've been practicing this. That should probably be easy for you by now, right? So what do you get? N squared plus 3n. Move over. Another 3n. And then if you combine like terms and simplify it, what do you get? Like that, right? And what I want you to look at is take a look at this, what we started with, and look at your answer. Look at what we started with, and look at your answer. And I want you to see if there are any patterns. Just a minute, we'll do one more. Let's do a plus 7 squared. That means a plus 7, right? So here we go again. Start with the a squared, 7a, move over, 7a, 49. And so if you simplify the like terms, a squared, like that. Do you notice anything? Anything how what you start with might determine your answer. I have 3. 3 times 2 is 6. I have 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Do you sort of notice there's a little bit of a pattern? You sort of notice a pattern? Well, if you've been watching and not on your Chromebook, you probably notice a pattern, right? Well, so today you're going to do this part, which you already know how to do that. But then you're also going to do this. You're also going to go the opposite way. And we're going to factor something like x squared plus 4x plus 4. Factor that. So in other words, what we're doing is going the opposite. We're starting with this, and we're trying to figure out what we multiplied to get that. We're starting with this, and we're trying to figure out what do you multiply by, what 2 things do you multiply to get that. We're starting here, and we're going backwards to get what we started with. So, factor it. Notice there's nothing in common that we can take out of all of those, right? That's what you should always check for when you're factoring, is if there's something in common. But there's not. So now the factor part. What times what gives you x squared? X and x. And what times itself gives you 4? Has to be 2 and 2. And today, what do we get for signs? Well, how do you multiply 2 things and end up with a positive? Either positive times positive or negative times negative. And whatever this one is in the middle, that's what they're going to both be. I didn't actually do any negatives, did I? Oh. Well, let's try a couple of more just for fun. Just for fun, let's do this one. Let's do x squared minus 14x. Factor that one. Well, let's make my 2 parentheses. What times what is x squared? X times x. What times what is 49? 7 and 7. And again, how do you multiply these 2 things and end up with positive 49? It's either positive times positive or negative times negative. This time, what's this one going to be? Negative, negative. Whatever's in the middle, that's what those are going to be. Whatever is right here, that's what these 2 will be. What else we got there? Should we try a really toughie? How about this one? Ooh, look at this one. How about, I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was already. I think it's time to go home. 4x squared minus 12x. Oh, look at that one. Now I have a number out in front. Just pack it up, it's time to go home. How do I get 4x squared? 2 and 2? 2x, 2x? What times what is 9? 3 and 3. And how will I get this with a negative here? Negative, negative. Now, is that going to work out? If you want to check any of these, remember, what can you do to check? You can do what we did down here and multiply it out. Let's just do it just for fun. Should we? Oh, settle down now, settle down. Oh, the fun never ends. Ready? What do you get? 4x squared. 2x times negative 3. Negative 6x. Now move over and we're doing negative 3 times another negative 6x. And then negative 3 times negative 3, positive 9. And if we combine those two middle terms, guess what? I think we get back what we started with. 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. And that's what we started with. So here's our answer. I marked it all up, but that's our answer. Our answer was 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Everybody, when I tell you to, yes, I've got it, makes sense. I think I have it, maybe do another, or I have no idea what the heck is going on. 1, 2, 3. Anthony, do you have a thumb? I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Are we good? Do you have questions? Anybody with questions? Are there any questions? Does anyone have questions? Oh, is it time to go home yet? You know what I think we're going to do today? Let's do this. I think we're going to do this today. How about, I'm on page 210. Let's do oral exercises today. I like the oral exercises. Bless you. And we already know how to do a bunch of those. I'm not going to make you do a bunch of them multiplying. Let's start 2, 3, 6, 9. Let's start at 4. 4 to 18. Let's go 4 to 18 on the orals. 4 through 18 on the orals. 4 through 18. Did I ask if you had questions?